I don't come again, man, and no verse, so man, and no verse. We as black people have been gifted with so many messiahs who have come and gone, spoken to us in the very plain language. Both those that were happening at the time and those that were predicted to happen in the future, of which we now live. The future of those times is what we are living today. Prophet Robert Nesta Marley spoke to us in plain language. Peter Touch, the same. Fela and Nikolakbu, Ransom Kuti spoke to us. They told us what was happening during their time, and they predicted what to come in the future that we live in today. The first video I posted just now was Natural Mistake. What is happening? The second is Crazy Baldhead. When he said crazy baldhead, who was he talking about? Westerners. Whichever way you want to define that, that is up to you. They have a problem in Europe with Ukraine in between. They discovered it's killing so many white people. Now they have decided to bring it to Africa. So when they start throwing their bombs, the only people who would die are black people. If you think they just only go to fight in Niger, you're making a big mistake. The target is Nigeria, the most populous black country in the world, rich in all kinds of resources. You and I, we are the targets. Our children, the targets. I want you to ponder on that for a few minutes. We are the target, whether we like it or not. They are coming for you and I. Believe it or not, they've done it before, they'll do it again. We can sit here looking back and say our ancestors were weak. We are just as weak as fuck, so pardon my language, today. We're even weaker because they put up a resistance. Yes, they were defeated because the enemy had a more powered weapon, as they do today. We just do like say nothing they happen. We just do like when it happened in Libya, we thought, oh, not just them be that. Those they used in destroying Libya, they took them through the Sahel. And they brought them to Nigeria 2015 when Jonathan was on. He wanted to fight them, but they refused him buying weapons. And since 2015, they put in an armed embargo on Nigeria that was released just 2 months before the last election. So we didn't have the weapon to fight Boko Haram, as they want to call them. They've been exploiting and stealing our resources. Now they want to come for the humans like you and I. May I get several passports? I can fly tomorrow. But I am not going to say because I can escape tomorrow, not to speak my mind. I have several passports. But we just look this thing. Man, enough vessel. Some might take it personal. Not that I really care, honestly. You get where they reach, where you talk your mind. As long as I'm not insulting anybody. Which border we want pass? Seme border, or Calabar through Cameroon, or through this thing to the other part of northern Cameroon? Where we think say we will wrong go? When many people don't even have the money to store food. Many don't even know how to farm. Many people, when mosquito bite them, they cry like say, now one big thing. When war start tomorrow, you know get where to run go. When they start in Niger, they start targeting Nigerian cities. They will call it mistakes. Say the weapon, not be dead, they be direct and go. It just land for that Simon and no verse. But those who are dead, what will happen to them? There is a natural mystic flowing in the air. If you listen carefully, you will hear. This might be the first trumpet, might as well be the last. Don't ask me why. Bob Marley sang this song in the late 70s, over 40 years ago, and we still have not listened. There is no race on the surface of the earth that was gifted with so many messiahs and prophets as we have been gifted. But guess what? We are not even listening. With the carry our shoulder like say, nothing they come. More than not say I not talk. Oh, this man, this time my own little way of blowing the trumpet. If we like, let's continue with the way we are doing. Sometimes you wonder why people think we are stupid. Sometimes you wonder why they do that. White people will come here and play us. Arab will come here and play us. Chinese will come here and play us. All kind of Tom, Dick, and Harry come here and play us. And we continue with the same madness. Now, wow. Who do us? And somebody like me who speak out will be called a racist. And sometimes I really wonder if our people truly know the definition, the true definition of being a racist. There are two definitions to it. Two. When you are proficient, or rather when you love your people so much, you become a racist. Just as if you are good in chemistry, you are a chemist, biology, biologist, physics, physicist, even pianist, guitarist. When you love your people so much to fight for your people, you become a racist. But when you hate other people because of the color of their skin, as an individual, because you have the power to oppress and suppress those people, you become a racist. But when it is institutionalized, that's what we call racism. I can debate anybody on that. Anybody. I'm only just telling their history, keeping up with their track records, what they have always done, and what they are doing and continue to do. I have lived with them for 31 years, over 3 decades. I know what I'm talking about. So if you want to tag me anything, I don't care. That's okay with you. I know the name my papa and mama gave me. My name is Nosa. So whatever name anybody calls me doesn't bother me. But the reason I'm making this audio is, it bothers me a lot. Those so many of us look up to, we know the evil they talk about, which they go on. I recorded an audio a couple weeks ago. I asked a question, because those who are still ruling us today are those we grew up to know. So what has and what is the generation of 1957 up to today? What are we doing? What have we achieved? What part are we playing? Are we just going to continue with the old rhetorics, arguing with one another? Because Nigerians will always discuss and argue politics religion, and football. Outside of that, zero. But I'm not vessel. I'm not putting anybody in check. I just want us to sit down and reason. We might think, wetin I go fit do. But the answer to that is contribute your little quota. War there our backyard though. If we like, make with they play. War there our backyard. The only thing I believe we can do is to chase away the bald heads. They are now right here, coming to recolonize, probably even enslaved us. And the way they hear some people they talk, I'm forced to believe that some people will even buy their own chains. Give Weibo say, take this one chain me, as long as you carry me go your country. Some people will buy their own chain. Say, sooner don't run out of chain. This one, not the one I bring come. Mona take chain me as long as I reach America. As long as I reach Europe. Today we call it Japan. It was in the 80s, Andrew, I'm checking out. 40 years later, we are repeating the same mistakes. What a shame. Mona no vessel, I'm not putting anybody in check. I just did talk some few things. If it resonates with you, that's fine. If it doesn't, throw away them. Una we don't know.